We are live. Don't know what's up with this voice today. Oh no. Oh, I have screwed that up. Oh no. I didn't even know I could do that. Stop it. Stop it. Cool. Alrighty. I'm gonna. There's chat. I'm gonna test a couple of things here. Hey, nonsense. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. This has been a bit of trial and error on my end because I'm not used to, still not used to doing the painting streams. I'm gonna pop up chat here. Also, that Eevee hat emote is amazing, and I need it. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit difficult for me because it's kind of hard for me to see what with the camera right here and then the microphone right here. But before I start, I'm actually gonna have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. I'm gonna tilt this up because we're gonna be getting this soon. Yeah, this is a really bad way to show that, but we're gonna be getting that soon. Um, Next month is when I place my orders for a couple of those. So if you want one, get them while they're hot. So yeah, I went ahead and started a little bit off stream just to get back into the swing of painting things. Um, Obviously, I'm going with the standard. God, I want to say that the Sautech. It's this the standard colorations. So I'm batch painting each specific color at a time on all of them, then going through with the next color and so on and so forth. If you want a list of the colors that I'm using, I will be using Runelord Brass, Lead Belcher, uh, Celestra Gray for any of the rocks or anything on the bases, Abaddon Black, Technical Astrogranite for a texture paste, the amazing Tesseract Glow technical paint. If I can get the color to work properly, it is not blending for me. We got some Runefang Steel and some Corax White to make the technical paint really pop, and then for a shade to bring everything together, I personally use Reichland Flesh Shade. I know most people use Agrax, but I just like the the rusty look that Reichland gives to the Runelord Brass. So I'm going to be going into this here. Andy is going to be a part of the stream just very lightly. They're currently making me some espresso, which is going to be amazing because I am floored. I am exhausted for some reason. In-laws are in town this week. In-law is in town this week. I've been having a lot of fun with that. And we've been going out and doing stuff, going to the beach, going to the pool. Of course, all vaccinated up. We got our shots, I want to say last week, our second shot of the Pfizer. And it demolished me. Talkie's Heart. Hello, don't know much about Warhammer, but I've played a small amount. Gotta say, I love me some Necrons. I have spent, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I have spent $1,800 on Warhammer minis over the course of, I want to say, a month. And I have not played a game yet. Uh, which is exactly why I'm currently painting these boys, is because I want to be able to play. Uh, Also, it's not just one army. It's 40k. It's also Age of Sigmar. We got the Soul Wars box, which is awesome, and I love it. Um, got the Indomitus box. Also got the uh, God, I don't know what it's called. It's like the Start Here Recruit Edition for 40k. Comes with a bunch of Necro buddies and some. let me actually adjust this so you guys can see a little better. Comes with some Necro Buddies and some Space Marines. I do have a couple of the Space Marines painted up as well, but not many. Um, I'm just going standard Space Marines. I'm also just going standard Necrons. For for painting minis, usually what I like to do is just follow the box art for the first few. Um, so with the Necrons, the entire army is going to be based on the box art. Um, and if I get like really into the game or whatever, I might pick up just a whole other army eventually. Yeah, the one nearest to us, other than our store, has fully opened for Warhammer on Saturdays. With with masks, unless you have the shot. Um, our store does not have any space whatsoever to actually play the game, which kind of sucks. Because we actually share a location with the pizza place. So, fun fact though, next week, not next week, next month, we will be starting to carry Warhammer stuff in our store. So, I am excited about that. Um, I have like full on been convinced that this is a viable product and it's something that we're going to start carrying. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hey, Andy, you come bearing coffee. You can just set it right up here. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you. Yeah. Most of the stores here are still shut down for competitions and stuff like that. There was like 3 weeks back a Yu-Gi-Oh competition that one of the stores had where each player was behind plexiglass, which was pretty cool. Um, you know, just working with what you got. I can appreciate that. Making sure that people are still able to have some fun and do the things that they want to do with the guidelines that they have to follow, which I'm really glad they're actually following the guidelines. Because, like, I love my community, but man, are some of the fans not the cleanest? Let's see what we can do with this boy. I'm gonna actually adjust this just a little bit. I made it worse. That's fine. You guys can see where I'm painting. It's slowly lighting up as it gets paint added to it. What's everybody else up to today? Also, I may actually open up a portion of our store to paint minis for people, uh, like through Fiverr or something. If people are interested in that, I don't paint near enough, and I would like to get a little bit more practice in. So having that as an option is definitely something that would help me get practice in. There we go. And oh, I gotta paint his hands, and then we move on to the next one. Okay, there's head, arms, chest plate, back of the chest plate, uh, hipular region, legs, and feet of both. Yes, feet of both, and then the hands. All right, that one is done. Moving on to the next. Okay. Also, I am using the Citadel starter brush that comes with the like paint kits that they have for like paint Necrons or whatever. Um, this is weirdly my favorite brush out of all of them. Um, for the longest time, I mostly just used the medium basing brush from Citadel. Uh, Problem is that because it's the basing brush, it gets used a lot, and that thing kind of fell apart. So I will eventually need another one. I don't have another one at the moment, so I'll have to go pick one up at some point, probably next week. There's something just calming about painting, especially like after your first few minis that you've painted. Eventually, it's no longer hectic because you just kind of know where stuff goes. Um, your first one is going to be awful, and you just need to accept that. Because I can show you guys my first one, and I am so not proud of it. The rest of the stuff that I've made, I'm pretty happy with, though. We did actually, before starting Warhammer, we went to a Warhammer store, one of the GW stores here in Orlando, and one of the employees was free and just helped us learn how to paint minis. Um, I had a little bit of experience in it prior. Andy had none, just because I paint all of the minis for our D&D session. So like, I kind of had to learn how to do it. Some of them I'm not super proud of, mostly when it comes to the eyes, just because that's always been a tricky part for me. But the rest of the stuff that I've done with them, I'm okay with. Especially when it comes to like see-through effects, I never expected to be able to do that properly, and literal first try, it came out perfect. So I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Let's see what we can do here. Gonna go ahead and get this wet. I do also, off to the side, I do not know what this thing is officially called, but I have the Citadel Mud Bucket. It's got ridges on the bottom that help remove the paint, and then these little lines here to wipe the water off and keep a point on your brush. It is so nice, and I did not know this existed until after we got the painting lessons at Games Workshop. So if you do any amounts of painting, I cannot recommend that enough. Best part is it's only $10. Like that's for a proprietary thing that's like so useful in so many different things. That's really really cheap. Um, Especially considering most mini products and most things that are designed specifically for this kind of stuff tends to be really expensive. Games Workshop themselves tend to be really expensive, which is why when we do get the Games Workshop stuff, we're going to sell it a little less than what MSRP is. So, okay. That's the bottom half, the feet, the legs. That leg doesn't need to be painted because it is a replacement leg. Not the original Necron leg. Clearly this one died in combat at some point before, and reanimation protocol kicked in. So we're gonna just paint the head. Ooh, it's got a bunch of little dangly bits. That's nice. It's gonna be fun to paint later. I will also be going in and doing all the detailing on small parts like this. I can actually show you. There's a little dangly boy. Yeah, so you can see here the jaw is kind of missing, and it's got these little metallic parts sticking out. So that one is now done. So we're going to move on to the next one. After a break from our sponsor, which is coffee, I am going to drink some coffee, is what that translates to. I wish the coffee that I drink would sponsor me, because both me and one of my roommates drink it nonstop. But until then, here's your free shout out, Cafe Bustelo. Coffee is the best sponsor ever. Andy makes a killer espresso. And I just picked up some creamer. Funny thing is, I always pick up I always pick up French vanilla creamer, and I cannot describe to you how much I truly despise the taste of French vanilla. But it's like the only creamer that I can get in a large enough size to justify spending that amount of money on. Because normally it's like, for the creamer that I actually like, it's like half a water bottle size, but $4. And I'm like, I cannot justify that. I like I like the mocha creamer so much, but it's too expensive, and I can't justify it. It's either that or it's never there, because everyone else also likes the mocha creamer. And it's like, I thought this was a small town problem because I moved from Cairo, Georgia to Orlando, and I expected Orlando to be better than I remembered it's Florida. Florida man throws moon-sized vehicle at a planet out of rage. That's right, I'm talking about the fall Acadia. For those of you who do know Warhammer lore. I kind of want to paint some Blood Angels too, after I'm done with these and the standard Space Marines. Just because, like, from what I've seen of them, they're real fun to play. The lore behind them is really cool, despite the fact that they're just edgelord space vampires. But I mean, I kind of vibe with that. If you're gonna have vampires, do it in space. That's where JoJo went wrong. Speaking of JoJo, my younger brother is trying slowly to get my dad into it, and how to best describe my dad? Um, all right, he is hands down the best dad in the world. Like, drop of the hat, will do anything for his kids. However, he spent 20 years in the Navy and has the sense of humor and creativity of a 3-month-old banana. So very, like, very almost stoic, but not quite. Like he's still silly, but like that like dad kind of silly, and it's very sparingly. So anime, the the Japanese cartoons, as he says, are not for him, and I get it. But I mean, how do you not like Naruto? Especially, it's funny though because when we were growing up, um, every Saturday morning that he wasn't on deployment, we would we would sit in front of the TV and just binge watch Digimon. Um, we would get so excited for Digimon, especially the third season. Like, oh my god, we watched so much of that. And I remember one time I was just Necron's so painful to play agents. Oh, against. I, like I said before, have never actually played a game of Warhammer. I picked up the Indomitus box. I have been having a lot of fun just kind of learning about the game. I've watched a couple of games back and forth. Let me check here. Do the checklist: head, chest, back, chest, arm, 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 hand, hand, leg, leg, feeties, hips. Yep, that one is done. Moving on to the next one. Yeah. I remember one time I I just decided to sit down and rewatch all of the third season of Digimon, and I finished it. And one day I walk into the living room and I just see my dad watching the third season of Digimon, and he's like, you know, I just started thinking about this the other day, and I wanted to rewatch it, and I'm like, same, but I don't like that we're on the same wavelength. Like here I am being creative and painting miniatures, and you're over here because you think tracking the family tree is what's considered as peak hype. Which I mean, to each their own. That's a little weird, man. Parents don't like any of your nerd stuff. Um, my mom kind of gets it. My stepmom, she's a little strange as a person though. Like you know the super thrift store, loves antiques, bit of a hoarder, that person, and you know because Pokemon was a collection, because you know the things that I was into had collections behind them, um, and because they were popular enough, we would always go to thrift stores and flea markets and stuff like that, and try and pick some up. So like, she eventually learned what they were, mostly out of necessity, because like you know, me being the dumb little 5 year old collecting Pokemon cards, I did not know that an Alakazam was way more expensive than a Ditto. You know, so or not a Ditto. What's another base set card? Like a Meowth. Um, so she ended up having to learn that because I would just trade my cards away. Most of the time, I did trade up for like Charizards, because others' kids' moms weren't as cool as mine. Uh, but that only came after like she learned how everything worked and all that. She didn't understand how to play the game, and until like 3 or 4 months ago, I never actually played the Pokemon trading card game. But the good old collection is always there. And every now and again, I'll pick up some Eevee stuff because she loves Eevee. Like that's the only Pokemon thing that she will display in her incredibly southern country home. Like it's so southern and country that she won't let my dad display Star Wars or Lord of the Rings stuff, but Eevee is allowed because it's her favorite. She's also on the Pikachu is too overused campaign, and I am all about that. Used to play Pokemon when I was 7, but never got into the game. Now I'm all Magic. Eevee is pretty great. Eevee is best boy or girl, or they. Um, I actually have a weird amount of fun with the Pokemon trading card game. And if you are interested in it, at all, like if you want to just try it, you can go to um, the Pokemon Trading Card Online website or download the app if you have an Android. And I will straight up give you like 10 code cards to get 10 free packs if you're interested in it. I'm not worried about selling the packs or anything like that. I would rather people who are actually interested in the game try it than charge money for a code card. Like, that's just weird to me. Yeah, I collected until I was, I want to say 12 for Pokemon, either 11 or 12. And then someone tried to steal my Pokemon cards, and I got into a literal fist fight with them. And my parents grounded me from Pokemon, like, permanently, so I wasn't allowed to play with them anymore. Then I graduated high school, and I found my Pokemon card collection just hidden in some boxes that I was unpacking. And decided after high school, I was like, I have a job now. I can pay for my own packs. Started buying Pokemon packs. Actually started a YouTube channel in 2010 or 2011, one of those two. So if you can actually still find my old videos on YouTube somewhere. They still exist. I do not remember the name of the channel. I was a PokeTuber, and that's all I did. And I lost the email account associated with it. I don't have any of the information whatsoever, so it could still exist. But that was back when Black and White, the original ones, not Black and White 2, came out. So the first things that I really opened up on the YouTube channel were base set Black and White cards. So if you can find them, you can find them, which would be cool. I didn't get into Magic until I was like 17 or 18. I'd never actually legitimately played a card game, and like I was kind of known around my school for being a nerd, but it was mostly just because I played World of Warcraft, and like that was all they ever associated with nerd was video game, because the Xbox 360 still hadn't even hit the town yet, so games weren't cool yet. And fistful of people were like, hey, do you play Magic? Since you're a nerd, you should probably play Magic. And I'm like, yeah, I'll try that out. And they made the mistake of introducing me to... It was one of the M sets. It was right after New Phyrexia. So like my first deck was based around that one Hydra that doubles its stats every turn. It's like pay 2 mana, 2 green, and then 2 X mana, and however many X mana is the stats that it gets, and every turn that doubles. I can't remember what that card is. That was my first real Magic the Gathering deck, and I loved it because it was so cheesy. Mostly because the person that I like played against ran a blue deck but didn't know how to play blue. Like his entire blue deck was nothing but like monsters. So it's basically like Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh, who clearly has no idea and no business being there. Whoopsie. Let me get this back into focus. There we go. I wish Kaijudo was still around though. Kaijudo was my favorite card game of all time. Played pretty much exactly like Magic the Gathering, except you didn't have a life point total. You had 5 face down cards, and the job was to destroy the face down cards. Um, and every single card doubled his mana. So, you draw your opening hand, you take one of those cards, and you play it face up as mana, and whatever color is associated with it is the color of mana that you have now. And as soon as you have 2 different types of mana, every single one of your mana is now officially colorless. So, didn't ever have to worry about getting mana screwed the way you do in Magic. And because of that, there weren't any, $150 mana cards the way there are in Magic. That's good, that's good. I don't need to paint that. Do need to paint this. Okay, hips are next. His hips don't lie because he's a robot and was not programmed for lies. And I will, of course, be going back and touching up any of the inconsistencies and, like, errors in painting. Also, let me know if my voice sounds weird or if I sound far away from the microphone, because I do have to kind of, like, peek over this thing in order to even see what I'm doing. There's another boy painted. Look at that. He's so angry. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He has no soul. Moving on. Just rotate that real quick. This is also the Citadel color brush. Not brush, it's the painting base. I love these things. I do wish I had one of the rotating ones. But speaking of which, if you are into painting at all, right now there is a Kickstarter for a wet palette. It's not just any wet palette. It is an incredible one. Let me see if I can't pull it up here so I can tell you guys about it. This is not sponsored in any way. I do not have any affiliation with them other than the fact that I have put my money into their product. And I absolutely love them. It is... I don't remember the name of it. It is the Redgrass Wet Palette 2. They're pretty big. It's really nice. It's they call them the Forever Palette. The the stuff on them lasts forever. I will be linking right now a link to the Kickstarter. One of the pledges has one of these handles, but it rotates. Um, and I obviously picked that one up because while I do love this one, I would rather have something that works a little better for what I do. And I do rotate these things a lot, and I would rather just have a stationary thing that I can spend the actual thing for. Yeah, yeah. Send them to my Twitter, or you can post them in here. Um, it's up to you. I love seeing other people's work because sometimes I can find inspiration through other people's work. And that's always nice because, like, especially when it comes to painting, is weird because with like trading card stores and everything, technically speaking, every single trading card store that's not mine is a competitor of mine. Um, so like I kind of have to view them that way. With artists and with other people who do miniature paintings and things like that, um, I don't really view them as competitors. I view them as like co-workers and inspiration. And it's not like because of the distinct difference between a competitor and a coworker. Like, I don't know. I don't get super depressed when I see other people's art, and if it looks better than mine, it's it only applies to paintings though. It does not apply to anything else. Like for example, I play guitar. I see Tim Henson playing guitar, and then I realize, oh wait, I can't play guitar because Tim Henson is a god, and I will never be able to play any of the Polyphia songs, no matter how hard I try. It's just how it is. I can play lots of other things. You know, I'm pretty decent at playing August Burns Red stuff. I can play a couple of Veil Maya songs, a couple of things of my own, but nothing will ever be Polyphia level. However, with paintings, it's just it's nice. It's always like seeing other people's paintings is always calming. Even in the event that it's not like the best thing in the world, like seeing that someone did something is good because that's like even if it's not the best thing in the world, even if your painting is by definition the worst painting in existence, it's still better than the person who did nothing. And I am all about that because you put in effort. Even if it was like 10 seconds, that's still 10 seconds out of your day that someone else didn't spend. And I can appreciate that. Another one down. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm going to paint you too. Another one bites the dust. Also, we are close enough to it now to where I can talk about it. Next month, we will be sponsoring the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast. If you have not heard of Adeptus Ridiculous, please go look them up. It's not your standard podcast where like it's just two dudes talking about nonsensical topics, you know, like the Rooster Teeth podcast, which that's fine. Like sometimes I enjoy that kind of content. No, the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast is just basic explanations of Warhammer lore for people who don't know anything about it. It also does go into some in-depth stuff, and it talks about important key events. It's really, really cool. They're really likable personalities. The hosts, Bricky and DK Diamantes, they play off of each other really, really well, and it's got great chemistry. But yeah, if you're looking to actually get into Warhammer lore, I cannot recommend the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast enough. Yeah, we will be sponsoring an episode of that, and there will be a giveaway associated with the episode that we sponsor. We will be giving away a start collecting box based around the army that they choose to talk about for that episode. Either that, or we will be giving away a what's it called, a start here, like the one of the recruit edition boxes for 40k. It depends on the topic that they choose to talk about. In the event they actually decide to sit down and talk about the Indomitus War, then we will be giving away an Indomitus box. So it just depends on what they choose to talk about that episode. And I will leave that entirely up to them. Love me some lore too. I've had a lot of fun listening to them. Because if I'm being honest, before I heard the lore of the Death Guard and the Plague Marines, I absolutely hated their design. They were gross. I didn't like them. I didn't want anything to do with them. I actively tried to avoid getting them. And then I heard the story of Mortarion, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm getting a Mortarion. And then Andy was like, yoink, that's mine now. And so I don't have a Plague Marine armory anymore. And then I slowly got Andy into watching the podcast with me too, which is a lot of fun. I love getting to do things together. So like once a week, that's kind of become our ritual, is to just sit back and relax for a little bit while we listen to some silly boys talk. Yeah. So last time we'll talk about it. Just Adeptus Ridiculous podcast. Make sure you give them a look. It's free. I mean, it's free and it's entertainment. Okay. I'm going to paint this last boy with the bronze, and then I'm going to take a quick little 5-minute break after I finish this guy. Because I need to get up and stretch my leggies. And then I will be back, and we will move on to the next step, which is Leadbelcher. I will be painting out all of the metallic pistons and doing a little bit of dry brushing with it, not much, but just to give it a little bit of a worn effect. I don't understand why most people just do dry brushes with the brighter colors for highlights, because like, yes, the highlights exist, but there's also battle damage and just wear and tear in general, especially on the joints of a robotic part. Okay, I got this foot. Come on, behave. Yeah, got him. Then the next foot. Yeah. Okay. I do also have an Illuminor Zeros and a Catan Shard of the Void Dragon that I have not painted yet. I believe I also have a Psychomancer I haven't painted. But as soon as these are done, those are the last three things that I will actually need to paint, with the exception of a secondary Royal Warden. But I don't know if I'm allowed to take 2 Royal Wardens. So if I'm not, then I will save that for a different army. Because I still don't have my Necron Codex yet. I did have a Necron Codex. Went out and I went to a local game store and I bought a Necron Codex only to realize that it was the 8th edition Necron Codex. And I basically spent $50 on nothing. Expired nothing. Which is great. But I will be picking that up next month as well. Along with Plague Marine, Codex Astartes, and what else do I want to pick up? Well, I don't want to pick up a Codex Tyranids because their 9th edition one's not out yet, so I may as well just wait for that. Depending on when it comes out, if the AdMech Codex comes out soon, I might actually pick up an AdMech army. That'd be fun. I'd like to try that out. And as soon as I paint the hand, hands painted, hand painted, chest, hips, legs, feet. Alrighty. That is the last one. Base coated with Runelord Brass. Runelord Brass is now officially done. Next color we will work on will be Lead Belcher. So I'm going to move that up to the front. Close this. Behave. Behave. Close. Thank you. Kind of. I mean, I'll take what I can get. That's going over here. I am gonna take a break and go for a walk because my legs are stiff. So I'll be back. Sure. I'm back. We're back. Oh. I'm gonna set up some music for me in the background. You guys won't be able to hear it because of copyright reasons. But I will, I'll tell you the names of stuff that I listen to. And that'll be fun, I guess. So if you want a song about Bloodborne, listen to Fear My Name by Vile Blood. Or, other way around. Vile Blood by Fear My Name. One of those two. It's pretty brutal. It's not for everybody. Not everybody likes heavy music. But I'm all about it. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to Leadbelcher. Yeah, I think you're going to be the one that I need to use. Okay, we're going to start on this one, and we will move on to the rest of them. Thank you for welcoming me back. Plus, like, listening to heavy metal while painting Necrons, I feel like it's pretty appropriate. I will be painting this little noblet right there with the Tesseract glow. Let's go over this way. Let's see. Got it. This is the only part I really don't like painting. Just because this is really, really easy to mess up. What else is metal? Do you have to paint the front part of that? There we go. Okay. I think the shoulders. So the pauldrons. There we go. So this part's going to be a little bit more tedious than the rest just because it's a little bit constrained. Let's get up under the parts because I don't want to mess up the things I've already done. Back of the head. Yeah, I'm nailing this. He says right before he messes up something crucial. Okay, now the giblets underneath. And then I think the only things left are this part and this part. So I'm going to go ahead and knock those out of the way. Nice. Okay. Last bit. Actually, I'm going to paint the fingers as well. Give a little bit of difference between the actual handle of the weapon and his fingers. And the last bit. Okay, let's go through the checklist here. The leg pistons, the replacement part, the wrist, the fingers, this thingy, and the actual metallic part of the gun, as well as the shoulder pauldrons and the head. I'm going to do a little bit of a dry brushing on the spine to give it just a light bit of metallic. And then I'll go back over it with black to make it look a little nicer. So that one is now done. Moving on to the next one. And we got like 30 of this. And now I'm listening to August Burns Red Paramount Reprise. If you like acoustics, Reprise is a really, really good place. It's fast-paced, but super calming for metal. Let's see here, this is also a replacement bit, so I'm going to do the whole of the leg. And then that piston is going to remain black for the time being. I think I'm going to just leave it as is. And then hitting it with the Reichland Flesh shade will really bring that out. And help with the contrast, allowing it to show a lot more dark shadows. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, that's the legs done. I'm actually going to go ahead and paint this part now because it's the easiest, so I'm just shove paint up in here. I was mistaken. This is not the easiest. There we go. There's a couple of little giblets on this one that I'm going to have to hit with the Tesseract Glow, so I'm going to try to be a little more careful around those areas. That should be fine. My mustache keeps hitting the microphone. It feels weird on my face. Last little arm bit. I don't know why I'm holding my breath like this is any form of taxing whatsoever. Let's see. What about the under part? Is there any dangling bits? Couple of little metallic parts that I need to cut. There we go. Shoulder pauldrons, and then a little bit of the spine and the back of the head. You know, this is the first time I've ever been able to actually stream and listen to music at the same time. Most of the time, even when I play games and stream, most of the time the volume is off. So this is a little bit of a weird experience for me. Okay, so shoulder pauldrons, with the exception of the underside, are done. Okay, shoulder pauldrons are done. That's another one down. Moving on to this one. I also do have a mix of weapons in here, so I want to say Gauss Rifle and Gauss Flare? I'm not sure. I do not know enough about the Necrons in order to tell you what their weapons are. This one's got another one of those replacement parts on it, so I'm going to just hit the whole thing. Okay. It's really hard to see it right now. Let me... There we go. wristy parts. The fingers. This little tidbit. Next song should be coming up here. We are listening to... Nope, we are not listening to this. I'm going to hard pass on this song right now. We are listening to Spirit Box, Circle With Me. It's a really good song. If you haven't heard Spirit Box, this is a good place to start. Spirit Box, Circle With Me. Also, a little fun fact about me, I'm actually very, very musically oriented. I love music more than just about anything else. So a lot of times I will give out music recommendations, and it's out of genuine hope that you guys will check it out and actually enjoy. Just because music is like, I don't even know. It's just it's a different level of everything. And for a while now, I've actually considered maybe doing 1 or 2 covers on the channel just for funsies. So, if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. I'll have to get a couple of people together for that, but it's because I don't have my old band anymore. Let's see what we got here. Next. Alright, so because I keep forgetting, I'm going to start with the hands. Alrighty. Also, again, if you guys are curious, I believe I'm painting this for Sautek. Because I'm pretty sure that's the standard quote-unquote box art Necrons. Okay, what else do you need? Okay, you need the wrists on both. You need the back of the head and the shoulder pauldrons. I'm gonna start with the shoulder pauldrons so I can get most of the big globs of paint off. Well, you could just dry your brush off a little bit. You could put a little bit less paint on it, and you could shut up and let me do me. And then we're gonna go to the head. Okay, and then the last little bit. Oh, I need more paint. And like I said, any imperfections I will go back and fix up once I'm done. Now, currently listening to Sad Heroes, The Actor, the Liar. It's a little weird of a sound, but I enjoy it. go. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this here. I think I'm gonna paint the top half. Yeah. No. Don't get on the don't get on the coil. I think I might actually need to go to my paint shelf and pick up a couple of different ones because I forgot to get my moot green. But I'll do that once once I'm on that step. And another one of those fake legs. Okay, shoulder pauldrons, head. And that's the last of this one. Also, sorry I'm weirdly quiet. I don't know why I'm so focused on this part. This is actually one of the easiest parts. It's a little tedious because they're in tighter corners and stuff, but all in all, Necrons aren't really all that hard to paint. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left to go. Yeah, I'm gonna move those over there so I know. I don't know why I decided to start doing a stream today on painting. Mostly because I usually do all my painting off stream. It is a little more difficult for me to actually get these in proper, like in shot, but
today we're going to build
I have a lot of fun with
case
them.
that has everything you need to film videos anywhere.
Let's see, we got the Devil Wears Prada Chemical. Really good song. I cannot recommend this one highly enough. If you listen to any of the songs I recommend today, this has got to be it. Devil Wears Prada Chemical. Dev Row, how's it going? Pretty good. Just going slowly but surely, kind of batch painting all of these one color at a time, and then we're going to move on to the next one. So, also, if you're curious, I'm following just box art. So I guess Sautek, I think, is what I determined before. Never played a game, and I'm super excited to play my first one. I think I'm going to take these up to a different LGS than the one that we own to play this this Saturday. Which is why I'm getting them ready now. How's it going for you, my guy? Let's see what we got here. Last little bit of this one. Okay, so I painted all this oobly-doo. Got the hands. Also, let me know if the camera angle's weird or anything like that, and I can see if I can fix it at all. I don't know how well I'll be able to do, considering I have super limited space, but... Okay. That. Get the fingers. The little dangly bit. I always miss the little dangly bit. There we go. All right, another one down. Next. Goodwill, go to bed soon. So I thought. Stay here for 30 minutes. Angle is good. We'll go to bed soon, so I thought, why not look at a channel and see what they are up to? Yep. Just doing a little bit of painting. Just trying to kind of chill out after a long week. Even though it's Tuesday. Yeah. Been having a lot of fun just watching Warhammer content, doing some painting. And I've been kind of putting off painting off my army for a little bit now. Mostly because I've been kind of focusing on painting the D&D stuff that I have. Because I've been doing a lot of 3D printing for that. Yeah, let's 3D print more things you have to paint when you already have, what, 7 armies for Warhammer? But the players I have been really enjoying the stuff that I've been adding into D&D, so 3D printing is a curse. Yeah, my printer is currently dead, but I did 3 different prints a day for a month and a half, and my LCD busted. So I need to get a new LCD now. Also, next song I'm listening to is Veil of Maya, Viscera. I love this song so much. It, once again, it is not for everybody. Okay. Let's see. Recently started an army. Got 1 guy done so far. What army you pick up? Always curious to see what other people are running. Let's see what we can do with this. I just need the little giblets down here. Oh, forgot to paint the... I don't know what to call this. Like the metallic tubing. Looks like a... Like it's the thing you hook up to the back of the dryer. That right there. The metal accordion. Also, in case you guys aren't incentivized enough to talk or to check out the what's it called? Okay, hold on. I'll talk about that in a second. Couldn't decide, so made a homebrew. 1 weekend, I got 31 pages of lore, including their home planet, vehicles, and currently adding origin stories for the notable characters. I'm kind of this way. Well, I mean, you make your own thing, bro. Do you? And as long as another player's cool with it, I really don't care. Like it's all up to you. Paint stuff however you want to make it however you want to make it. I mean, that's a huge part of Warhammer, actually. It's just the sheer amount of customization. Personally, I hate the official Tyranid colors, so whenever I do actually get around to doing some Tyranids, I'm going to be doing a custom color pattern on that one. Paint that little noodle nugget, and we'll move on. Yeah, that's what it's about. More than anything else, it's just like doing things your way and having fun with it. Okay, shoulder pauldrons. Yeah, I'm fairly certain the only army I'm actually going to do in just like my own color pattern is definitely going to be the Tyranids, just because like who decided purple, white, and red was the best color combination for those abominations? You know, I guess it is an abomination of a color pattern, so. I saw this awesome coconut crab Tyranid color. Oh, oh, that's so cursed. Just put a corpse of Amelia Earhart down on the bases of the Democarion. I'm gonna go. Sorry, wasn't too engaged. Got college work and was doing throughout. But thanks for a good stream. Thanks for the bits, Talkiest Heart, and thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you definitely got to get on that homework stuff. I don't wanna distract you from that. Have a good one, man. Also, not for everybody. Do not watch this unless you want some real, real weird stuff in your recommended Moika Loop X Ghost Data for a really fun song, May 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 style music video. Do not. You've been warned. I like the song. I like the song a lot. I'm probably gonna pull up some Mystery Skulls to listen to. Okay. I think that's this one done. Got the hands, I got the legs. Yep, that's another one down. I'm gonna go ahead and shake up this paint pot because it's looking a little separated. We don't do that here. Okay. I think I only have 3 left of the, what is this? Lead Belcher. Okay, so back to what I was gonna say. If I have not convinced you guys to listen to the Abductives Ridiculous podcast yet, then how about 15% off your order? Because when you listen to the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast that we sponsor, there's going to be 15% off code for our entire website. So if you were looking to get some Warhammer stuff, when we get that in, like literally everything we get, including the brand new stuff, will be on the 15% off sale. So. And we're already going to be selling below MSRP. So keep an eye out for that around the middle of next month. And if it goes well, I might sponsor them again and do another 15% off for the month of July, depending on how much people actually want to get. What's the next song? We got Vessel by Rogue. If you don't know Rogue, they are on a record label called Dreambound. Dreambound has some of the most incredible musicians I have ever heard. Time the Valuator. They have Valiant Hearts, which Valiant Hearts is my all-time favorite band. It used to be Hands Like Houses, and they changed. But you know, artists change; they're going to. It's inevitable, and it's fine. I'm not like mad or upset about it. It's just they evolved in a way that's different to the way that I like to hear music. You know, they grew up, and I'm still a 14-year-old edgelord listening to metalcore. um, yeah. If you want some really, really talented musicians with some just incredible skills, please check out Dreambound. From what I understand, they also treat their bands pretty well, which is relatively rare for a record label, especially after the nightmares I've heard about Rise Records. Yeah. Little thing for you guys: don't just follow your musicians that you like. Follow the record label. See what people are saying about it. It can kind of help you inform yourself on whether or not the people they're associated with are good or not. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take this full 1,000 point army up to, what's the name of this store? If you're in Orlando, it is Campus Cards and Comics is where I will be this weekend in the event you want to say hi, or if you want to do a little round, if you want to teach me something, that'd be great. Yeah, Campus Cards and Comics on Cimarron Boulevard, next to Full Sail University. Let's see. I missed some of the bronze on this figure, so I'm gonna go back and fix that. If you want a really interesting sound that I really can't describe, check out Pop Evil's Breathe Again. They have so many transitions in one little song. I go in and just fix up a little bit of brass on this that I missed. Okay, I know there was another figure that I also missed. There we go. I love doing batches, but like this is probably the thing that I dislike the most about doing batches. It's just you're way more likely to miss a single tiny spot of one color that you already finished. And you won't notice it until you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 until you're 10/11ths of the way through. Coffee is such a blessing. It's truly the nectar of the gods. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. A little bit of paint on the fingers. And last little bit. Gotta get under the shoulder pads. And then we're done. And then we move on to the next one. This is the last thing that I'm hopefully going to need lead belcher for. I'm gonna just spin this little buddy around like that. Also, Devro, I haven't seen your name on here before. Are you new to this stream? I'm always curious. Because normally I'm pretty good about remembering people. First timer, well, welcome. Welcome to the chat. If you want to check us out, all of our VODs are on YouTube, actually, under the YouTube channel Collectible Squids. We do mostly, like, trading card stuff for our store, but, booster box sponsorings and stuff like that, so Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. Got a really big hit out of the last Pokemon thing I opened. But, yeah, we also do giveaways every month. So if you want to just pop over there, leave a couple of comments, you might be chosen for the giveaway, because we pick one randomly every month from a comment left on the YouTube videos. Yeah. Out of curiosity, what made you want to come to this stream? Was it specifically the Necrons? I feel like it was specifically the Necrons. Is this Crystal Lake? It is Crystal Lake. I love Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake Apollo is what I'm currently listening to. Just wanted to make a joke about squids, but it escaped at the last second. Ha! Get wrecked, nerd. It's a power that I exude. You can't out-funny me on my own show. Okay, so let's see what else we need to do here. It would probably be wise of me to go back through and add the Abaddon Black to the parts that are not supposed to be painted over, like the imperfections like that. Wait for my exit joke. All right. And Celestra Gray is really only for the things that are pre-based. I'm still gonna put texture paint on it, but this is for highlighting. What else do I need? This is for basing. This is for the technical parts of it, so not... Yeah, okay, so next step is going to be Abaddon Black. And we gotta shake it. I'm gonna get a nail polish shaker eventually. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm so nervous because Abaddon Black is so easy to mess up. Yeah, buddy. I'm actually going to change the focus to right here because I'm going to be super zoomed in on this. If you want to know my real superpower, this is not a joke. I generate electricity. I generate static electricity like crazy. Doesn't matter the situation. Doesn't matter where I am, what I'm wearing, what I'm next to. At least once a day, I will release a static charge that is audible. And it's the worst superpower because it only hurts me. I'm laughing, but it's only because everything is awful all the time. We're gonna paint the little elbow in. That's good. A little bit worse than Green Arrow. Little bit, just slightly. I mean, at least he's got a cool bow and is acted by Stephen Amell, who's apparently actually like a genuinely nice guy. I have never once heard a negative thing about Stephen Amell. Um, do you watch the CW shows? Also, currently listening to "Let Me Fear." Uh, "Let Me Hear." The song is "Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas." For my weeaboo friends. No, I zoned out at some point and never came back. Because I met Damien Dark at a convention. He didn't use the employee or like the convention entrance. He just came in through the front door. And it was me, my ex-wife, and then there were these two kids in front of us. And the two kids start screeching, but like quietly. So they're like, "Oh my god." And I look up, and Damien Dark's coming up the elevator. And I'm like, "Ah, cool." And I call him over, and I'm like, "Hey, these kids wanted to meet you." And the kids just start freaking out. It was great. Yeah, he was super nice. Stephen Amell was also really nice at that convention. Answered a lot of questions. And just super friendly. Talked to everybody to the point where his own security team kept telling him he needed to get back to his seat. I think I got like 3 seasons into. It was either 3 or 4 seasons into Arrow, and then I started zoning out because I started to realize that every episode involved some ridiculous love triangle. There is a saying not to meet your heroes. Um, I tend to ignore it, just because like they're still people, and obviously people are gonna have flaws, and like it's important to understand and accept that. However, if your hero is just an absolute 10 out of 10 terrible person when you meet them, no excuse for that whatsoever, like at all. It's not cool. Um, and at that point, just find a better hero. I mean, it really is that simple. Like, there's not ever going to be just one great person or incredibly talented person in a field. And it's kind of important to recognize that. I think, at least. Which is why, like, while yes, I have my absolute favorite band of all time, um, I don't just listen to them, you know? I guess this one kind of rotates. It's really bad at it, but it kind of rotates. The majority of my heroes I have actually ended up meeting. The only one that I never got a chance to meet, and I will always regret, is Chester Bennington. I had an opportunity to do a meet and greet with him when he came to Orlando in, I want to say 2012. 2012 or 2013. And I didn't go, and now I feel really bad about that. Because, like, that is... Linkin Park, just as a whole, is my hero. I missed the arm on this guy. All right. Also, if you want a really, really good speed jazz song, listen to the Oral Cigarettes. Hey Kids. Okay, this one is all cleaned up. I'm actually gonna just kind of eyeball these and see if any of them need major renovations. This one definitely does. That is not a bad in black, and I almost added silver to a place that it should not be. This one's actually looking pretty good. There was only that one spot that needed fix-ups. Awesome. Have you ever met anyone that you, like, really wanted to? Which one was it? Oh, yeah. The craziest encounter that I had was I was in an airport on my way to Oregon, and there's some lady. It's Japanese. I love the song though. It's such a God. It's such a fun sound. It's so bouncy. Like it's fun, right? Um, no, the craziest meetup that I ever had was that I am in an airport on my way to Portland, Oregon, and in the airport at a Starbucks, there's a lady with it's a hat, like a baseball cap, sunglasses, and like incredibly baggy hoodie and all that. And I don't think much of it until until she takes her sunglasses off, and I recognize that it is all of Anna Kendrick, just right there. And I was like, "Oh, cool, you're Anna Kendrick," and she's like, "Yeah, I am," and I'm like, "Oh, that's really nice. It's good to meet you. I loved you in XYZ." And she's like, "Well, thank you," and then like a bunch of other people start coming into the Starbucks, and she puts all of her stuff back on, and I go like, all right, I get that you don't want like super attention right now. I'll just leave you be. But like I don't want to be that guy that's like, hey, can I get a photo with you, Anna Kendrick, here in this Starbucks when you do not look at your 10 out of 10 best because your hair is up in a bun and you're trying to hide. Let's see what else. I am not gonna recommend this song to you guys because this is a little too brutal even for the heaviest of people. Let's see what we got here. Um, okay. This is gonna be another one of those top recommendations for today that I can't recommend enough. If you want a an indescribably unique sound, it's rock. It is definitely rock. It's a little heavier than standard rock, and it's a little more technical than standard rock. Doesn't have any screaming or anything like that in it, but yeah, if you want something just interesting and something that you can just kind of feel cool about, um, the technical prowess that is Time the Valuator, the song Starseeker. Definitely give that one a listen to. It's a really, really slow start, and it's a bit of a lengthy song, but oh my god, it's one of my favorite songs. I think this one's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Oh, look at Haggis. I've I've had trouble understanding what they're saying in Japanese since I first heard that song. But that is now going to permanently be stuck in my head, and I hate you for it. I just want you to know that you have both burned that into my skull and ruined a song for me. Hello, new viewer. Welcome. Let's see here. I'm going to fix the focus back because I've moved this down a little bit. But yeah, definitely give Time the Valuator, Starseeker a listen to. Because this is just... oh my god, it's so melodic. And the shifts and transitions are so flawless. Ending my day like any other, watching something involving a squid. I will going to bed. We'll come back for sure. Well, thank you for hanging out. I do have several questions for you the next time you show up. So, have a good one, man. Thanks for coming by. Always appreciate a new viewer. I never painted this one's tips either. I need to get to that. Let's see. Got the little itty bits. This one is mostly clean except for the like circly bits right here. I am gonna have to wait for this to dry in order to fix it back up. Just because I don't want to have active like black paint while I'm trying to fix metallic color. Okay. This is actually pretty clean. Little tiny bit right there. Oop, paint dried. Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty clean. Alright, I'm going to move on to the next one. We got two more left to Abadanize. This one's pretty bad, actually. Just on that one spot. And... this actually tends to be the spot that I mess the most up on, so I'm gonna actually remember that. This does not have any primer on the back whatsoever. Let's see. This one's fine. We're going to move on to the next one. I almost flung that gun off. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and actually clean my brush before I do anything else. All right. Just fix up that tiny little misstep. And then we are going to go back in with the Rune Lord Brass because now the Abaddon Black should be dried on the places that I fixed. Let's see what we got. Shaking it up. Next song is, of course, we're going back to the emo days. It's Bring Me the Horizon 1x1 featuring the Nova Twins. So have some fun listening to Legally Not Linkin Park. Because that's exactly what this sounds like. Okay, actually I'm going to draw this off a little bit more so I don't have as much. And next up, we got Bring Me the Horizon featuring Baby Metal. And I'm going to have a grand old time. My miniatures are not, because I'm going to be bouncing the whole time that song's going on. And these poor little Necron boys are going to look like something out of a Harlequin's nightmare. One of my favorite things about Twitch, more than anything else, is on my end, I am streaming. I can see that I am streaming. I know that I am live. Whatever. While I'm streaming, it also has things to recommend me to watch. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Right now, while I'm streaming, let's watch Dodger, Dex Bonus. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I love Dodger. She's great. But but I don't know that advertising right now is the best thing. Let's see who we got here. I'm going to pop into chat. Non-mod settings. Let's see who's in here. Typing Nonsense is still hanging out. What's up? I'm going to have to clean this brush off. I'm also going to take a quick little 5-minute stretch break as soon as the song is done. But while I'm doing the stretch break, I'm also going to pick up some moot green because I forgot that I have to paint the... let me fix the camera angle. The camera focus. Okay. I completely forgot that I need to pick up some moot green for the little pipe here, and then also for the blade. And all of these have that blade on it, so I will be grabbing that. Next step we're going to do is going to be... Do I want to... Yeah, I'm going to do a very, very, very light edge highlight with the Runefang Steel next. I do have a layer brush for that. Yeah, I have a detailing layer brush that's going to be really good for hitting those edges. So I'm going to get that next. And then as soon as that's done, we're going to move on to Corax White to add into all of the spots that have the Tesseract glow. So for right now, I'm going to be right back. I have returned. You can see my little Necro buddy right here. We're going to see who all is in chat. Bronze Panda has joined us. Hello, Bronze. Good to see you. Always good to have a familiar face. Okay, so my next step is to add... Oh, I gotta lean forward. I hate this. Next step is to add some Runefang Steel to the raised edges, make it a highlight. It's gonna be great. Get this super tiny detail brush that I use for edge highlighting. I'm only going to hit the highest parts of the model with this, so it shows the refractive light. Let's see what else we can do with this. Okay. I'm just kind of coat the brush. Then I'm going to wipe off a bunch of it. And I'm just going to hit those raised edges. So the entire, this right along the edges of that. I'm also going to just kind of tilt it a little bit, get better in there. Just the very, very tips of the spine. Also, guys, let me know if you can hear me fine, because, like I said before, I have to have the microphone kind of offset from where it usually is, and that is that step done. We're going to move on to the next one. I'm really going to have to keep these ones separate because the detailing work is so minuscule that it's really hard to notice if you've done it on one or not, and I'd rather not double up on one, because then we could have a ridiculous highlight that I am really not trying for. A lot of people do highlights after they do the shading. I prefer it the other way around. It's because sometimes the highlights can be really bright, and I would rather have much lighter highlighting than that. Give me one sec. I'm actually going to restart my chat because I'm not sure that it's loading properly. Going to switch to non-mod settings, pop out chat. Okay, there we go. And I'm actually going to pick back up on the music. So now we have Bring Me the Horizon Kingslayer featuring Baby Metal. One of the best songs on this album. For those of you who like anime, you better listen to this song. Gonna hit the highlight on this back leg. Also, eventually, I will not be able to contain myself, and I will be singing along with one of these songs, and I am sorry, but you're gonna have to just deal with it. Okay. Highlighting completed. Next. Gonna actually get a little bit of that paint off. Bronze. Nonsense. What are you guys up to today? Doing some bonding on my stream. Let's see what we got here. Nice. Oh, I want to paint one at a time, not three. Yeah, buddy. Almost done with all of them. I'm actually really proud how these turned out. Okay, the shoulder pauldrons are done. I just need to do the hands. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse off the brush here because it's starting to stagnate. It's not super noticeable with these colors, but with a lot of the other layer colors, it is very noticeable when you do the highlights. And in the right light, ooh boy, does it shine. Currently listening to August Burns Red, Standing in the Storm. Okay, that's highlighted, that's highlighted. Gotta do the hands. Once again, August Burns Red, not for everybody, but I love them. I have always loved August Burns Red. Ever since I was 14 and found their Constellations album. Okay, that. Yeah. Another one down. Only 4 to go. And then all of my Necron warriors will be complete. Well, I still gotta do the Tesseract glow and this one's gonna need some shoulder pauldrons and then the head. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was completely out. Yeah, okay, so now you can kind of see the effects of the highlighting. And then when I use the shade, it's all going to bring it all together and kind of tone it down just a little bit to make it to where everything has a common ground in color. Oh, it popped out. Okay. As soon as my playlist is done, I'm probably going to just pull up a Mystery Skulls playlist and vibe to that for a little bit. Depending on how I'm feeling once all of these Necro Boys are done, I might actually start on my Psychomancer. But for that one, I would actually need to pull up a tutorial for because I do not have the official color list with me. Yeah. Because that is in my pile of sprues. So I'm going to have to go through and just kind of figure it out. Okay, turning you around. This is an exposed light. Oh no! Oh, that's way too much paint. I accidentally dipped that way too deep. Okay. Now we are on Crystal Lake Disobey. Once again, definitely not for everybody. Am I back on the right? Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I'm still streaming and not still on the be right back page. Okay, last Necro boy. Okay. Okay. Shoulders. Oh, right. All of the highlighting is done. Now, technically, at this point, I could either do washes or the whitening. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and do the washes first. So that way in the event that, like, because if I did the whites first, I could have a chance of actually getting it on there, and I'd rather not have that, because then that'll change the way that the Tesseract glow turns out and the way that the mood green turns out. So I'm going to just start on shading. I don't know why I always take the last one off, like I'm not about to just paint it. I need to clip that little middle nubbin off. I will also be basing all of these up today, so God, look at that highlight. It's so nice. I'm pretty proud of that one. I don't usually do really good highlights. Okay. So I don't use any official Citadel brush for washes. This one really retains the washes, so I usually use this one, dip it in, get way too much on my brush, and then spread it around the whole model. So that's what we're going to do here. Soak it up like that, and then wash. Chest piece can actually tend to be a bit of an annoyance just because of all those little tiny pockets in it. Now we are listening to Before I Turn, Shrouded Sun. And once again, if you're watching this on YouTube, I don't play the music because of copyrighted reasons. So definitely give some of these a listen to if you're interested in music at all and just like music theory, because this is This is stuff that'll really kind of hit home for you. Okay, one washed. Also, for a little bit of a peek into my own personal life, my college degree was actually audio engineering, more specifically recording arts. So my original dream job was to work with artists in recording. If you want a full comprehensive list of my dream jobs in order, it was astronaut, and then it was paleontologist, then it was paleontologist astronaut, until I learned that there was a vacuum in space, and that scared me. So I did not ever want to be an astronaut. Then it was, let's see. Yeah, so for the longest time it was just paleontologist. Then I decided that I wanted to be a artist, specifically concept artist, and that one I actually got really close to. I almost actually got a job as that, but I just kind of decided that going out and exploring and living life a little bit was more important to me at the moment. So I passed up on the job opportunity. Then I did a bit of touring, decided I wanted to be a bit of a musician, and I had a band, went around with them for a while. That was fun. Went back to Georgia to live with my family for about a year. Then I went to Full Sail University and started out with God, what was it? I started off with just a generic recording arts degree, so just basic audio engineering, and then I kind of narrowed it down to recording arts to specifically work with musicians, because I thought that would kind of be the best for me with my ear for music, because I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty decent with taking a sound and then imitating it. So, like, with that near pitch perfect, I've always been good at imitating musicians, their voices, what they do on instruments. I play 11 instruments, so that kind of fit for me. And then I actually ended up not finishing Full Sail, and went back to Georgia to live with my family. What else? At that point, I kind of decided that I just wanted to do Let's Plays on YouTube, but like more realistically, I just gave up. I didn't really do much of anything. I streamed from time to time, played a couple of games with one of my roommates, one of my friends. Then my friend's dad passed away. He went up to New York to stay with his family for a while, and I couldn't stream with anybody else, and I like to be able to riff off of someone else when I streamed. So I didn't have any options, and then I met up with Scotty, who I actually went to high school with, and he came over and we just hit it off. It was great. He had never experienced any kind of Let's Plays before. He'd never done them, but he just went with it, and he was great at it. Honestly, like, I cannot praise Scotty enough for being just genuinely naturally talented at doing Let's Plays. He was one of the best people to just kind of, like, if you're looking for a second person to run with and play video games with that can do some streams with, I cannot recommend just like inviting Scotty to join you at least once. Like I'm pretty good at it. Mine is mostly through practice and getting used to being in front of the camera. As soon as he was on camera, first episode we did, he was great. And honestly, having him there and seeing how good he was at it and how natural it was, it honestly made me want to do more. So after meeting Scotty, it reignited the fire under me, and I think we pre-recorded 3 months worth of videos over the course of like 3 days. Like, he came over and we just went at it. Then went through a divorce. It sucked. It was awful. Fell really, really bad into a depression. Then just kind of one day decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna stream again, just because I need something to do. I need to stop. Like, it's okay to be here, you know. It's okay to be in a really bad place, but you can't stay there. So just started streaming again. Andy and I met and got along great, and they moved in after a while, and then moved down here. Ran into a little bit of financial issues and decided, like, you know what, I'm just gonna sell my old Pokemon cards. They sold really well, and you know, I found out how easy it was to get an LLC, and how, like, a lot of places will work with you, and how just running a business in general works. And then the connections that you make with people when you run a business, all the professional aspects of it, it's fun. I really enjoy it. And it's weird because it's work. I've never enjoyed the idea of something being work, but for some reason this it feels right. And I think that's kind of an important part of life, is sometimes things are work, but you can enjoy those things. They don't have to be, you know, working and enjoying things don't have to be mutually exclusive. So here we are, running a running a trading card store, a YouTube channel for it, painting miniatures, all that stuff. It's so much fun. I love it a lot, and honestly, this is a dream job, and you guys make that possible. So, like, without you guys, without your support, without your views and the patrons, you know, the people who buy the stuff on TCG Player, the sharing, the interaction, it wouldn't be nearly as good as it is without you guys. So thank you. And, like, I know everybody says that, but, like, I can't eat without you guys. It's awesome that you guys want to take your time out of your day and spend it on me. Out of everything that you could be doing, I'm the thing that you choose to spend it on, and that is one of the best things in the world to me. And I will never take that for granted. Also, we're listening to Dexcore Dragout. A wonderful, wonderful song. Super fast metal. I love it. Edgy. Right up my alley. Oh, wow. Okay. So I guess I finished all of the shading, which means that now it's time to move on to the okay. So what I usually do, that is done, which means that all of my army is now completely shaded. Technically speaking, at this point, it is actually good to go. I could use this in a tournament, with the exception of the missing basing. But we're gonna go through on all of them and add the Corax whites first. I don't know. Does this one have a marble in it? I feel like this one does. I'm gonna shake this a lot, and it's gonna hurt me. This is how we do things here. Where are the triggers? Tell me, Joker. Oh god, I hate shaking up white paints. They're so thick. Okay, that's probably good enough. Let's see. Hey, you know what? That's good enough. That'll work. Okay, so for this one, we use the detailing brush. Wipe it off, and then we go in to the little orbs. And we paint all of them white. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, and then we paint the other side. This is always really obnoxious. Just because these are always in... The front side's always fine, but the back side's always just a little weird, and... Like, I know that I probably should just not glue these things together until after. Now we're on one of the best songs in the world, which is Hypa Hypa by Eskimo Callboy. HYPA twice. So make sure you look that up. Because, ooh boy, is it a blessing and a curse. Okay. Oop. I don't think I had enough paint on that first one. Bop 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 ba da bop 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 ba da bop bop. Hypa Hypa is so good of a song. It's so terrible. Hypa Hypa, you're pretty and I like ya. Okay, last four. Okay, I think that's enough paint. Last one. I'd say that's pretty near perfect. I'm pretty proud of that, with the exception of the, you know, the mess up on his face. But you know what? We got a bunch of these to go through. I'm fine with a little bit of a mistake because it'll be covered by the Tesseract glow anyway. Okay, let's get back into it. Okay. Hey, Kiss him Crab. Welcome to chat. Electroctopi. Hey, I'm Spanish, okay? That's Electropoppy. Welcome, welcome, welcome to chat. You are a new name here, actually. I have not seen you before. So, hi. This is actually one of my first streams with Warhammer stuff. I have done one before. I think it was a just a bog standard Space Marine. Oh, what a coincidence! I'm not Spanish. That one actually made my day. So, thank you for that. Yeah, people around here call me Squidly, or they call me William. It's up to you. I am the owner of Electric Squid Entertainment and Collectible Squids. Electric Squid Entertainment mostly focuses on video games and stuff like that. Collectible Squids is board game, card games, collectibles, anything and everything that you could possibly be interested in. It's also a local trading card game store. So if you're in the Orlando area, stop by Mario's Pizza on Curry Ford and you'll be able to get some of our stuff. Because we share a physical location with a pizza store. People around here call me, oh god, he's back again. I mean, honestly, same. Sounds like another Tuesday. What brings you to our stream? I'm gonna refer to you as Kreb, because that's easier. What's in Orlando? Imagine Florida in the United States, right? Just all of Florida, right? So, like the cesspool of the United States, condensed into one location, and Disney's also there. So it's wonderful. It's pretty cursed, but I love it here. Very wise of you not to recognize Florida as real. Just like Australia. It's I know I can't be the only person that thinks this, but it's really funny to me that like the two different ways that British people could have turned redneck are Georgia and Australia.
Heavily requested video off the to-do list. Hobby desk tour.
Let me change my
Hey guys, welcome back to Black Magic
I
Craft.
don't know where my
I'm
mouse
going out of
is.
town this week, so I'm not going to be building anything. But I'm going to use this opportunity.
Okay, we are listening to I Am Abomination, Heir to the Throne. Well, I am, because once again, I can't share the audio with you for copyright reasons. Don't remind me of Georgia. Oh, don't worry. I just moved out of there. I hate it too. And let me tell you, buddy, I fought tooth and nail to get out of there. Oh no! You're still stuck. Hay que susto. I would never live there. Then why do you deal with Georgians? Alright, time to get your eyeballs, little buddy. Please behave. He didn't want to behave. Ah, you live near it. I'm assuming South Carolina. Wait, did I paint the back? I did not. I am an egg. No. Okay. Well, if you hate Georgia, then you definitely cannot live in Alabama. There's no question. Because Alabama is just worse Georgia. Like there's no question about it. Alabama is worse Georgia. Okay, so I was right. I need to pull up a map of the U.S. here, so give me 1 second, because I do not remember my states, and I am a horrible American. Nope, stop. Okay. Are you in Tennessee? There's no way you're in Tennessee. No one lives in Tennessee. Tennessee doesn't even live in Tennessee. Okay, North Carolina? Wait, are you talking trash on Florida while living in Florida? Hippie Town. Ooh. Oh, that's really hard to work with, actually. Ah, I don't know. Oh, that's another chunk of white paint. So I'm gonna have to... I'm probably gonna have to... Yeah, I gotta remix this. This started to solidify. Hippie Town. Dude, I have no idea. That is not enough information for me to go on. That's like 80% of the US, okay? You're literally describing every city in a red state. Surrounded by red. In the South. Colorado's not in the South, right? Okay, so that's... Yeah, no, because I thought it was Colorado because of all the weed, because they're super hippie. I doubt it's Mississippi. People from that would be like New York. In this state. Oh man, it's not Virginia, it's not Kentucky. You said it's near Georgia. And the only places are Alabama, like the only ones that are touching Georgia. Mountains? Is it Ohio? No, because that's nowhere near Georgia. Dude, okay, I'm just completely lost. I give up. You win this round. Where are you from? Because I'm going completely mental. Trying to figure this out. Hold on. What now? Yeah. Now we are currently listening to Unprocessed's Abandoned, one of my favorite songs. So if you want a really, really good technical guitar sound with a unique funk to it, ooh boy. Oh, sorry. I'm off camera. Yep, that's all the little bubbles. Next. These ones painted. This one is not painted. Those two also need it. So we are down to the last three. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the eyes. Yeah, okay. That's the only one that I've done the eyes perfectly. Let's completely mess up on the Gauss Blaster. How about that? You gotta balance it out. Ooh, buddy, this is a hard angle to paint at. I really dislike this. There we go. Okay, now you guys can see a little better. Yeah, okay, 2 to go. That's why you do the gun separate. I've always heard that. But I'm just so excited to have complete boys. All right, let's try to get the eyes. Yeah, buddy. All right. What armies do you have? Out of curiosity. I gotta say, unprocessed, absolutely the best thing to paint to. You have none. So what brings you here, friendo? Just sheer boredom? Just a bunch of big things in boxes. I feel that. That's how it started for me. I just decided to start one day. Like, it was absolutely like a necessity to get them out of the boxes. You know, you spend so much money on them. Working on a Titan commission. Are you like a pro painter? Like from like Fiverr or something? Or like a custom website? Nice. I am nowhere near enough to charge for my services. I enjoy painting. I'm pretty okay at it. Obviously, if someone paid me to paint theirs, I would go like way carefully with it, and I wouldn't batch paint the way that I'm doing this. But all right, that's all the Corax White completed. While the Corax White dries, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the Moot Green. For me personally, I actually dry brush my moot green on. Really? So you just kind of like decided to pick it up one day? Okay. COVID happened, needed some income. I feel that. Currently listening to Unprocessed Dead Rose. One word, Dead Rose. Really, really good song. Super bouncy, very peaceful. Just calming. Alright, let's see how well this works out, because I haven't dry brushed in a while. Nice. Canvas painting. And that's how I like to paint the hyperphase blades. It just looks nice. Technically have a background in canvas painting. Oh. The canvas painting is all avant-garde and Dadaism? Dadaism? Dadaism or Dadaism? So, high concept. Dadaism. Okay, these ones I don't usually do the colorations on, but I think I'm actually going to put it on the bottoms of these right here. I'm going to add a little bit more paint. And then kind of smush. Dim did a dance with, who wilted rose again. She took all my hatred. I like that. Poop, dude. I forgot to do the moot green onto the gobbledygooks, the goobity goose. You know what I'm talking about? The little noodly strings. That. Avant-garde is about making things weird. Yeah. So, Escher. It is basic, everything is an acid trip. Escher. Kind of. Yeah, see, like, I kind of view him as more avant-garde than just generic abstract. My reasoning is because, like, well, yes, it's abstract. You know, it's you can still make things out of it. It's still very clear what's going on, and there's very much a point to it. Salvador Dali. Okay. I've always enjoyed the concept of like classical pointillism, just because of the sheer amount of time that goes into it and the level of detail you can get with it. Oh my god, it's so nice. But pointillism is really hard to find nowadays. So did you study at university, or are you self-taught? or like apprenticeship. Ooh, fun one. Ocean's 8 Alaska Metamorph for the song. I don't know if that's gonna work right now. Apprentice shirt with an art restore. That's interesting. Hmm. Sometimes I dislike dry brushing, especially on flimsy pieces. Yeah, done. So you do have a bit of experience with actually painting, though it's more two-dimensional. Uh, how was the transition for you, like from that to this space? I'd imagine working with an art restore, like you already have, you know, pre-constraints. So because of that, and the fact that miniatures already have details on them, that would kind of transfer over. But the communities are very different. How so? I mean, obviously, I imagine they'd be different, but I'm just curious. One's about nerdy video games, nerdy tabletop games, and the other one's about nerdy old people stuff. Drug fueled and eccentric. I can see that. I mean, have you ever painted someone a Slaneshi figure? Because I feel like they might be a little drug fueled and eccentric. Currently, we're listening to Slaves Footprints. Really peaceful song, kind of sad. Miniature painting is filled with rules and other weird things. Actually, yes. Yeah, see? Oh, Forgot to paint the noodly bit. I hate it when I forget the noodly bit. You left your marks on me like footprints in the snow. Would you promise me you'll never let me go? We're pulled up by horses and my body's giving up. I'll die before the end of our love. I sculpted the breasts to be more like the original demonettes. Ah. So the old ones, the ones that are just like full on. Because I didn't get into Warhammer until my first ever figure was a Tyrannid, one of the big winged ones. But that was back in like, God, I want to say 2012 maybe. God, I'm so old. I'm so old. I just turned 28. How old am I, Andy? I'm 28, right? I'm 28. I turned 28 on May 4th. I'm still not used to saying that. Fully accurate too. I have no idea why I did that too. I mean, you know, sometimes, like, you get a hyperfixation to get one thing perfect. And I dig that. And usually clients really appreciate that kind of stuff, too. Like, I know if I received one, I'd be like, oh, well, that's neat. Like, that's a little above and beyond. Okay, there's the goopy bits. I'm actually going to go ahead and just use this for a bit of a dry brushing. This is more of an over brushing than it is dry brushing, but you know what? To heck with your terminology. I think it was because my assistant put Evanise in my coffee, so it would actually do something. Vivance. Instead of scream at a canvas. Let's see here. We're listening to Unprocessed Real featuring Polyphia. I cannot recommend this song enough. It is really, really fun, really bouncy, super chill. I was up 3 days and sculpted the entire army. Sounds a lot like camping, my guy. Intense. Did I didn't miss one of them, did I? No, okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So just another Tuesday in Afghanistan. Okay, I'm gonna rinse that brush off. Question for you: as a painter in any capacity, what would you recommend for a brush cleaner? Just like something to keep the points and all that stuff, because like I've been looking for one, and I'm trying to find something, but like I don't have any recommendations from anything.
Don't you think the shit's getting too real? Don't you know the terms of your own deal? Don't you think we both need time to heal? You don't have a clue.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh wow, that looks really nice actually. I'm really proud of that one. I honestly have no idea what these are made on, like nylon maybe. They feel pretty fake. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just use the residual from this to. The tag on the handle. There's that, right? So these are the two main types of brushes that I use. It doesn't have any like numbers or anything on it. It's just Citadel starter brush. Oh man. Masters brush soap. All right, because I was looking at Drunken Unicorn Goop, I think is the name of the thing that I was looking at. Because I know a lot of people swear by that in this community, but I Like I said, I've never tried it, and right now I'm just using like water and a drop of dish soap. Almost identical to Master's brush soap. Oh, okay, so it's good to know. Ooh, hold on. Here it comes. Huh, I got it. It came out. A lot of items for miniature painting are even more expensive than the artist thing. Yeah, and I feel like it's just because the people will pay for it. Yeah, it's the same thing with like recording equipment, getting stuff specifically for like an old-timey 1940s sound. You're going to pay 4 times as much than a regular microphone that'll do the same thing. Like this one is a AKG P220. I got it for $60. Like it's lasted me for 6 years, I want to say. It sounds great. I mean, I've also done like a bunch of stuff to it, but like on the back end with my settings. But like it's the same concept. Might be a good idea for you to like time lapse record some of your paintings too, like your commissions. Just set up a camera, do a time lapse over like 3 hours, and then. I know people love watching that kind of stuff. I know I do. A Newman M150. Huh. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna be real. I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend. I'd imagine it's a microphone. But like, since I got this, I just haven't looked for any other microphones, so... It's a $7,000 microphone. Ah, okay. More than anything, I want a Rode shotgun. Like, they're not nearly that expensive, but I love the way that they sound, especially the condensing of them. Oh my god. All right, that is all of the Moot Green done. So now I can go through and do the Tesseract Glow, and then all of these will be done with the exception of the basing. I'm so excited to do the basing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean off this brush as well. Because they modified it so it's not my artwork anymore. That's a load. I can't curse because this is a family-friendly channel. Trust me, on my free time, I swear like a sailor. Took you for granted. I only wanted time. It seemed like I had it. Easier to just take a bunch of quenching than it was to sue. I hate when brushes do this because this is just the equivocal of like a used Tupperware. It's clean. It's as clean as it's gonna be, but it just looks like that now. Time to. Is this used? Did I ever use this one? Yeah, I did. So why is it not separating pigment right? I guess it's just kind of settled on the bottom. That's weird. Yeah, I mean, it looks fine. Okay, I'll just use this, I guess. Oh, that didn't get clean at all. I technically do time lapses. Huh. I might actually turn this stream into a bit of a time lapse. I'm not sure. Mostly just because I don't really have too much experience with that. So I'm afraid I wouldn't do it proper justice. Especially since I didn't, like, set up or angle my camera for it in the right way. To make it interesting without being a visual headache. Alright, that one is now finished and just needs to be based. Gave up on trying to be family friendly. I have a minor case of Tourette's, so I can never be one. That's fine. My sister actually has Tourette's. Well, one of my sisters has Tourette's. Saying my sister has Tourette's is like saying, look at that grain of sand on the beach. I'm the eldest of 13. "13 children, different parents from each one. Like, it's not... my dad had me, one of my brothers, and one of my sisters, and my mom had the rest. 3 are deceased, however. So, I guess, like, technically speaking, I'm not the eldest of 13. Oh, that's a really clean one. Hey, you get used to it. I only like permanently lived with two of them, so like the majority of my life was spent with two siblings, um, and then after I turned 16 is when I got to like meet the rest of them. So like the sister that was closest in age to me from that side of my family was just used to being the eldest of the family, and was like kind of bossy and everything about it. So we went to like a like a football game or something. I can't remember what, but she started getting like real uppity and bossy with me, so I just shoved her down a hill, taught her a lesson real quick. Like obviously not in like a mean or dispirited way, but like, come on, like chill out. We're having a good time. You're not our mom. Yeah, it's a big family. It's always fun. Sometimes not so much, but you know, it's just how it is. I mean, same. To be honest, I'm not really too much of a family-oriented person, um, and not like because they're particularly awful. Um, well, some, but like neither here nor there, and I'm not gonna like sit down and get into that personal details. Yeah. Don't really often talk about family. It's not because like I hate them all or whatever. It's just because like I don't really have much to talk about, honestly. And the things that I do have to talk about, like this is not the platform for it. So I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. I think it's because like my mind knows like, hey, buddy, you're uh, you're almost done. You know, I really there was a split moment today where we were at a store and I saw a pool, like a kid pool, and I was like, how mad do you think Twitch would be if I did this painting stream from a kiddie pool and listed it as a pool stream? I really considered it, and I'm seriously thinking about doing it when I get paid next week. Like I am bordering on that. Oh, by all means, please do. Just doing some painting streams from a pool or a hot tub. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just really focusing on this. There we go. Do it. Even better, do it with the Plague Doctor mask. No, I did not. I'm gonna do that right now, buddy. Ha ha! Another genius in our midst, I see. I absolutely love your character. But, like, for some reason, every part of me wants to go, ooh woo, is that a Plaguey Waggy in your pocket? Worst emotes ever. My favorite emotes are the ones that I've gotten from WoW Krindor's channel. Because it's the internet. Like, how far of a stretch is that? Everything is cringe-worthy furry content or Among Us references. There is no middle ground. Also, fun fact, I've only ever played Among Us like twice. Pretending to be a meatloaf. Alright, I'm gonna put these last two little blips in, and then I'm gonna take a quick break to get up and stretch for a minute, and then I will do the basing, and these will be done. I might paint some more figures after this one. Depends on how my wrist feels, because right now it's getting pretty tired, so that's part of what this this break is for, is to hear. Let's see if you can hear it. That's my wrist. So I'm gonna be right back. I'll take a quick little 5-minute break, and we will see you guys then. Also, that's a lot of ketchup, brother. I'll be back. We back. So focus is way off, but that's fine. I'm gonna turn back on my music. Let's see. What are we at next? Valiant Heart's Dear Astronomer. One of my all-time favorite songs. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to go through and kind of pick out all of these and do the rocks with some Celestial Gray. Gotta shake it up first. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna take this one off of its base. And then just kind of paint the whole base with the gray, with the exception of that little footy feet right there. Okay. Let me see if this is still painting green. It is not, so I will use it for this part. And then once I actually put on the texture paste, I will hit the whole thing with a bit of a wash. And that'll just give it the colors and textures that I need. So, move that to the side. Go ahead and put this little buddy next to it too, so I know which one goes with which. This one has a rock, so I'm going to hit that one. Oh boy, this is going to be a bit of a pain, isn't it? There we go. Hello, I am back. Better than ever. Maybe not better than ever, but I'm back. Well, you know, the important thing is that you're back. How was homework, my guy? Is it in focus? I can't tell. Kinda. Okay, so this one I actually didn't even notice. There's a tiny little scarab on it, so I'm actually going to go back and fix that up. Not fun. Statistics is harder than I thought it would be. Game theory is fun. Ooh. I remember Andy was in statistics for a little while at her old school before she transferred to Full Sail. Are you going for like programming or something? There we go. Little Scarab Buddy is now painted. Computer engineering. Fun stuff. Have you gotten into any of your core classes yet? With, like, coding and any of that stuff? Because if you know how to do web design, I might actually have a job for you that I will be willing to pay $200 for. Does this one have one? No, it does not, but I will still be putting on the... Where is... There it is. I am actually currently looking for a web designer to help out with setting up our website, because right now it is incredibly bare bones, and I want to just revamp the whole thing and make it nice. We're going to be super careful with this rock. Yeah. A few languages, most of them are languages that speak to robots. My roommate would be the one who knows how to do web design type of program. I am desperately looking for a web designer, and next month I would be happy to hire either you or your roommates for a web design job. I have the website domain. It's being hosted through Squarespace at the moment, so a little easier to work with. I'm told, I don't know much about it. It honestly took me 3 hours to add 2 items on our store, and it's such a pain. Here, let me send you There you go. That's the actual website. So I mean, you can see how bare bones it is and how like incredibly unprofessional, and that's the problem. If it's something he's interested in, let me know. I'd be happy to, like I said, work with him next month. If it's something he's not interested in, that's all fine. You know, can always hire through Full Sail if it's something he's not about. Because the main thing that I'm looking for is to add, remove that base homepage. I don't like it. I just want it to go straight to the store and then have various tabs for the genres of stuff. So like Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, Pokemon, just things like that. And I'm honestly just really struggling with it. And the last one. There we go. Last one completed. I just need to put the goo. It's goo time. Hold on. Here we go. I got a bunch of tufts. I'm using the same ones. They're winter tufts, but they look more like wasteland tufts. So I'm using them on all of my Necron boys. But I need the texture paste in order to do that. Oh no, I might not have enough texture paste to do it. Makes sense. I'll reach out to him if he's interested. I'll put you two in touch. Hopefully by Christmas I'll be able to do some of the things he does. Hey man, just keep up with what you're doing. You know, progress doesn't just happen immediately, so you'll get there. I mean, like, look at this stuff. It took me forever to figure out how to actually paint stuff. Want cheaper texture paste. I know of cheaper texture paste. However, because of our relations with Games Workshop, I actually can get it directly through them for pretty next to nothing. That is the literal only time that I get neat stuff for a low price. Hey, Kreb, you like trippy stuff. I want you to go to YouTube and look up Polyphia, Look But Don't Touch, please. Anyone else who's here, also look up Look But Don't Touch. I can promise you, you will not regret it. Or you will, and it'll be wonderful. That being said, if there's a texture paste that you like or recommend, I will definitely take recommendations on it. Oh man, I think I might actually be out. You know of the song, ooh. A man of culture, I see. Oh man, I don't have my tweezers on me, I don't think. Andy, where's those tweezers I gave you earlier? Can I have them? Thank you. Work with a lot of industrial artists. I don't know that I'd call Polyphia either obscure or industrial, but I get what you mean. This is it. You could be anything, anywhere, but still have something to miss. Okay, these two will go over here to not be touched. Let's see what we got here. We're listening to the Vanya Code, The Others now. I'm actually going to be right back. I'm going to look to see if I have any more of this texture paste. Yeah, sure. That sounds great, Hart. I would really appreciate that, actually. So, the best place to contact me is either my Instagram or my Twitter. So, if you have either of those, I might have them on links. I'm not sure. Let's find out. All right. I think that's my. I think that's my Insta. I'm not sure. My phone is currently broken, so I can't like directly link you, and I'm not logged in on anything on my computer. Let's see here. I'm logged in on my Twitter. Yes, that would also work as well. Thank you. And unfortunately, I do not have any more texture paste than what is right here. So I basically have no texture paste. So I'll be able to finish up one more of these bases, and then I'm going to have to call it for today and pick up some tomorrow when I get paid. Boop that little boy out of there. So I will finish this base up, and then we'll end the stream for today, and I might pick up another one tomorrow, and paint Illuminor Zeros. I'm not sure. I'll either be painting Illuminord Xeros or Catan Shard of the Void Dragon. And I am terrified to paint both because of just how detailed they are. Alright, it's another base down. Just gotta add a little bit of the plant boy. Go ploop. And then we put the dude back on it. Oh. Oh. Ta-da. So we managed to actually finish 3. But yeah. I'm gonna check to see if I can't like scrape any more of this out of here, but I doubt it. Maybe enough for one more base. I'll see if I can't. Get out of there. Go on, just go. Oh no, I bent that. Boop. I'm gonna try and just scrape out the last little dregs of this. Yeah, that should be plenty enough. There we go. And we put a little plant on it, and then we stick the dude on it, and then we're done. So, to everyone who came, thank you for coming to our stream. I've had a lot of fun today. It's not often that I get to just be creative and do stuff like this on the channel. So, oh boy, got the schnezzies. But yeah. I should be back for another one of these streams sometime soon, because I do have a few more. Thank you. I do have a few more of the Necrons that I need to paint. I still need to base the rest of these ones, and I also have like 7 armies to paint. So I think after I complete all of the Necrons, I'm gonna start working on the Ultramarines, which I'm kind of excited for. Just because those are relatively simple as things go. But thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next time. Goodbye.